Hey Cancer, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. Take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, go check your other major placements. Also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And the like button is also very helpful in helping other people find this channel. We are doing a traditional tarot spread here, and then there will be an extended this week over on Vimeo. Directions to that are in the description box below. And we'll just pull some clarification on every single one of these cards over there, and maybe get a couple mantras going on. So I've already shuffled, and we're just going to cut the deck here for you, Cancer. Overall for the reading, the Emperor, control issues. Who has the right? Who has the power? Who has the control here? That's what the Emperor is. Very powerful. Yeah, it's all about power. And it's mostly a question since, you may be feeling powerless. You may be feeling under someone's thumb. You may be feeling like you don't have a lot of control over a situation. So there could be a struggle for control over a situation, or you could have all the control in the world over the situation. But it almost always seems like the vibe I'm getting is that someone else has a lot of power here. So your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's the issue? Environment, to-do list, possible. Fascinating, Cancer. Okay. Power and control issues. In the recent past, there was a lucky moment. The star card here a moment where you were fulfilling some sort of destiny, that you had maybe an opportunity. Maybe there was some light that shone into a corner. Like there was an opportunity, a lucky moment, or something. It's not always a lucky moment. Like I had a star card experience recently where it was like, okay, that is like the worst luck. But I knew, because I'd gotten the star card about that was actually, it felt like bad luck because it was so unusual and so not what I meant to have happen, that I knew that it was actually good luck, and I knew what to do with it because of the reading, like that it was actually an opening, that it was actually an opportunity. So the star card, so that sometimes those can be, depending on where our mind is framing things, these opportunities can look like mistakes or accidents or something that shouldn't have happened. But what it is like an opening for the divine to come in and kind of allow something. So like what, that's the cracked things is where the light comes in. I forget what that is. It's not Leonard Cohen. The crack in things is how the light gets through. So a lot of times, like something going wrong, something glitching is kind of how the light can come through, how something divine can come through sort of our grid-like existence where everything's so organized and running smoothly. And it just reminds me of like Mercury retrograde tends to be great luck for me. Those retrogrades, I don't know why, but I feel like it opens opportunities. Oh, someone else didn't show up for the job. I'm getting called last minute. Okay, that sounds good to me. Someone else had car trouble, and then I can pop in there. So there's like this opening in the grid for some sort of luck to come through, and that's how I experience them. Typically, is those glitches actually create moments of divine direction. So so I'm talking about the star card here, and I'm thinking about like moments where there was a glitch or something happened, or someone else's car broke down, and so then you were called in at the last minute to fill in for something, and it turned out to be a really great, amazing opportunity for you. So I mean, not that we're, happy that this other person doesn't missed out, but we're happy for ourselves. Like if that's how it comes, that's how it comes. So some sort of moment here coming in, that an opening, an opportunity, and may have been disguised as not an opportunity. I guess that's what I'm seeing here with this like star, this fairy sitting in this like dark castle, of something kind of opening up so that you can see something more clearly, or an opportunity was able to come in through something else. So what's interesting in the star card is we have this sort of fairy godmother type, although she's pretty hot, so I don't know. She's not your Disney fairy godmother. She's the fairy godmother here, and so and she granted a wish or showed you something or gave you an opportunity, an opening for an opportunity to take advantage of. But what it led to is this Six of Swords, is we're really tired of this shit in this situation. Like maybe it showed you something, you saw something and you were like, all right, that was a lucky moment. And now I got this glimpse of something. I saw something, I got a glimpse of it and of what the reality is. And it's not satisfying. I don't like it. This is a card of being really unhappy with the status quo. Like, there was some sort of glitch that came in, like there was a break in the status quo, something came in and disrupted it. It was actually a lucky moment, but what it's shown you is that you don't like where you're at. You don't like the situation and you are moving on. You don't, this star, this opening, this moment here, this glitch in the system showed you something. And it was pretty lucky that you saw it, but it showed you something and you are not in love with it. You are like, this is not it. This is not what I want. I don't want to be attached to this. I don't want to be part of this. I don't want to be connected to this in any way. I am ready to, in this one, you're not quite ready to move on, but you're ready to commit to not being here anymore. And that's a lot of what the Six of Swords comes in repeatedly with any deck, is this, just not this. I'm not even moving on. I'm not even ready to move on. Just not this. I am detaching from a situation. I'm detaching from this. I don't like it. I don't like where this is. I don't want to be here. And you may not have the energy to move on. You may not be able to move on, but you are emotionally detaching from something. You've seen something. It's very clear. And your mind is detaching from it and is just very clear that this is not your place, that this isn't your home turf. This isn't what you wanted. This isn't what you wanted to call in. This isn't what you want for your life. You're detaching. Your mind's like, this is over. I'm done. Hopes, fears, and inner landscape. Seven of Pentacles, patience. You're going to need some patience and you may be a little bit worried that you don't have any. So this is like, right? I'm always worried about something when I see like, that's going to require patience. I'm like, oh, do I have enough? I already spent all my patience. I don't think I have enough. But Seven of Pentacles is about putting the work in and wondering if it's ever going to come to fruition. Working hard for something. Working hard for something and just not, and then just waiting. Like, when does this happen? I've done the work. Expectation. So you may have some expectations for something. You may be feeling impatient about it. You may be worried about, maybe these expectations aren't going to be fulfilled. But there's like a waiting, like, and that's what you're thinking about. And it may be like, you may be detached from the situation and now you've got to wait. You may have decided that this is not for you. This is not what you want, but you're not free to go or free to move. You've already like sunk. This could also be just wrestling with sort of the sunk cost fallacy of like, I've already put so much effort into this. I've already done so much for this. I'm not leaving it now, even though you're emotionally detaching from it. There could still be part of you that's like, but maybe it'll be better. Maybe this will get better. Maybe this isn't what it is. Maybe it's not the way it seems. Maybe if I just wait around more, the situation will change, will be better. There is like a sense of either wanting to have more patience and maybe, maybe the fruits of these, maybe something will come of the situation. Maybe something will, I don't know, and you might be feeling impatient, but you also might be also hoping that hoping that waiting it out is going to bring you that all that needs to happen is time and waiting for something to come to fruition. What's at issue here is justice. There's been some kind of injustice here. Something's been out of balance. Something's been unfair. Maybe there were lies told. Something's just not right. Something's out of integrity. It could be something not done out of integrity. Something done sort of with ulterior motives that were really negative. And maybe that's what you saw. Maybe that this glitch in the system helped you see something and you were like, well, I don't want anything more to do with this. but I still got to sit here and wait, or I've got to sit here, or I want to, or I'm worried about, you know, like, how long do I have to put up with this? Because intellectually your mind is done with something. And maybe you saw that there was a lack of integrity in what someone did or what someone said. Somebody lied, possibly. There was some sort of imbalance. There's injustice here. Something was unfair. Injustice also talks to me about the motivations behind doing something. And maybe you got a glimpse of those motivations and you were not happy about it. It felt very unfair. Maybe you felt manipulated, or maybe there's been some manipulation here. And there's like, justice has this balance. Like, we're all equal. We're supposedly, right, ideally, we're all equal under the eyes of the law. We're all equal. We all have equal worth. We all have equal value. But it's almost like someone may have tipped those scales. It was like, no, I actually have more value. No, actually, my interpretation of reality is actually realer than your interpretation of reality. No, what I think is actually real. There could have been, like, I guess it's pretty classic gaslighting. There could have been something that was just like, someone was trying to make it so that they seemed better than the other person, or they seemed more valuable. There might have been like a win at all costs idea, and so they didn't care if they lied to you or whatever, as long as they got what they wanted. So some kind of unfairness and injustice going on. It could be related to this emperor here, someone really being controlling about a situation and not being fair about a situation, and whoever is wanting to control the situation, not doing so out of integrity, but doing so out of injustice, unfairness, lies, imbalanced, not seeing clearly, not allowing you to see clearly. So I feel like maybe you want to leave this emperor. You saw some sort of power and control dynamic and you wanted to leave it behind, and you're intellectually distancing yourself from this toxic dynamic. I mean, this could also have to do with courts and an unfair situation going on in a court, but the judge has a lot of power. So there's not a lot you can do there. But the Seven of Pentacles has you waiting. So it could be like you're not really free to go. Your mind is gone. Your mind is gone. Your mind is detached, but you may not be free to go with the Seven of Pentacles. You may be worried about that. We also, though, see, this is what's funny to me, is this Emperor and Empress, like a lot of readers would be like, ooh la la. I do not feel ooh la la about this. Like the Emperor, I never feel very ooh la la about. It just seems to be about control dynamics and power issues. And like when we think about empires and all the good they did, no. Empires, destroyed cultures, destroyed peoples. Emperors were more about spreading their power, some sort of idea of manifest destiny over every person in their life. And that's what the energy I typically get from an emperor. You'd think there'd be like, ooh, emperor, empress, this is their equals. But the empress, to me, is someone who's just very abundant. They're self-empowered. So this is in your environment. This is someone, I do see the Empress as being a person more than, and I see the Emperor as being an energy or a person. And the Empress can be just abundant energy. Like you may just have everything you need right now. You have a sense of self-empowerment with the Empress. My favorite Empress was Catrin the Great. I'm looking at her book right now, her biography. And one of the beautiful things about Catrin the Great is that a lot of other queens, and maybe we could have called them empresses as well, still, they understood very clearly that their right to rule was given to them by people still, even though they are supposedly the empress. That they all had to deal with like sort of these revolts that were just around the corner, and assassination attempts, and despite it not being a democracy, they still understood that they ruled by the will of the people. So they had to cater to the people a lot. But Catrin, so we have Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth, who you know, the Virgin Queen. She never married, never had children, but she didn't feel free to marry who she wanted to. Like, she felt constrained that she had to follow all these rules. So she just ended up not marrying and having a lover or two, like, because officially they couldn't marry. So what's the point of having all that power if you can't, like, be with who you want to be with? But the Empress and Catherine the Great was like, forget it. I'm going to be with whoever I want to be with, whenever I want to be with them. And she was a little bit of a hoe, but she was an empress and she got away with it. And her marriage was awful and horrible and miserable. So nobody really batted an eye. And to me, that's like, I don't know, that's the self-empowerment of like, I have this power, I'm going to use it to be happy. Thank you very much. I'm not going to be miserable with it. I mean, she was also hindered by a bunch of other things. I cannot believe I'm going this much into like comparing and contrasting Queen Elizabeth and apparently I just really wanted to talk about Catherine the Great. She's one of my faves. And she was an empress. So anyway, this self-empowered energy of I'm going to be happy, I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to, so it's in your environment. There's like something in your environment that's like, why have all of this if I'm not going to be happy? Why have, and there's some realization or something in your environment that is like everything you need, fulfillment, or it's someone in your environment who is very fulfilled, who is very independent, and who is not going to be leashing themselves to expectations or other power dynamics. It's almost like it can feel like this empress is someone who has freed themselves from this emperor already. Because I don't see, the empress is typically a little bit of a single energy, and I don't ever see her mixing with the emperor. In fact, the way I see the emperor and the empress is that they repel each other. It's too much power. The empress is self-empowered and the emperor has to control other people. So that they can't really be in the same room together is how I view them. I think, yeah. Anyway, your to-do list is hermit. Independent, this would be more independence. The empress, you might see someone that does have independence from this emperor. And the hermit card is basically going on your own path, like not caring what other people think, figuring things out for yourself, your own inner light. Now, usually the hermit card doesn't give us like a big overview of everything, but this hermit is definitely getting a bit of an overview of where they want to go and what they want to do. There's a bit of a shadow. Yeah, there might be some negative consequences or something like that, but this is definitely like holding up or separating from society, from expectations, from what other people think you should be doing. So this can also be being single, maybe, you know, especially sitting underneath the Six of Swords of detaching from something mentally. This could be like really going off on your own here and leaving this emperor behind. You've seen it done. It's done. It's been done around you. Like someone else, this empress has freed themselves from the emperor as well. So this hermit, this is detaching, sitting right under the Six of Swords. It's very much about detaching from a situation, detaching from what other people think, and just doing what you think is right for you. And the hermit has really good boundaries, possibly way too good boundaries, but that's apparently an antidote to what you need. The antidote to the Six of Swords or this Emperor energy is separating, going on your own. And this doesn't even have to be like a breakup. This can just be like taking some time to really think about your own path, what you want, because you definitely don't want this anymore. And something was revealed that showed you that. Possible outcome, Three of Wands, a renewed vision for the future. I love how they're both getting this overview, this renewed vision of the future. So maybe you need to separate to get a vision of the future, of what you want in the future, of what you want your future to look like, and being able to see that. And this is you having faith. Seven of Pentacles has a bit of like, I put the work in, where's the results? And this is, you know, your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape, what you're thinking about. But Three of Wands has like, okay, I can see where I want to go now. I have faith in where I want to go. I have faith in my future. And this is like, where is it? What's going on? Where's my future? And this is definitely having a lot more faith in the future, a lot of faith in the future, being able to see it. And I love it coming after the Hermit here, because both of them are getting an overview, and usually the Hermit only gets step by step, and that may be, you may need to take some baby steps here and just do the next step and just do the next step. But where you're headed is a really good vision of the future, seeing what you can do, seeing what you can accomplish, and seeing where you can go with this. So, all right, so Cancer, if you want to join me over in the Vimeo Extended, the link is in the description box. If not, I'll see you in a couple weeks.